Good day, my wonderful students. You're welcome to class today. All right. Today we want to continue from where we stopped the last time. So we are looking at trigonometry. Now, the last time we looked at problems involving triangles. Okay, and we were able to use our trigonometrical to solve problems. Okay, today we are going to continue from where we stopped, and most importantly, we are going to be making use of our four-figure table. Okay, so I'm going to employ you to get your four-figure table ready, or probably you can get your calculator, because we are going to be making use of our trig function. Okay, all right. So before we commence the class, I want you to reach out to your friends, your classmates, let them know the class have started. And let's quickly do that, and we'll wait for them for just like a few seconds before we commence the class. All right. Okay, so let's wait for them for a few seconds so you can communicate with them and let them know the class have started. Okay, all right, because of our time, we are going to continue. Let us swing into action. Okay, so let's look at the problem we have here. So you have to calculate for length PR and the length RS in the figure below. Giving your answer, give your answer correct to two significant figures. Okay, so now we have the figure. Here we have triangle PQR, and we also have another triangle PRS. Okay, now what is the first thing to do? We have to consider one of the triangles. Now, I told you the last time that it is always good and to make the work easier if you consider a triangle which one of the sides is given. Okay, so in this case now, I'll be considering triangle PQR. All right, so I have in triangle PQR. Now you see that in PQR, you can see your PR. So your PR has been represented with X here. Okay. So now, so what I'm looking for now is the PR. And that's the first task we have here. Now, I'm going to connect this unknown side with the side we have here, the given side. Now, let's look at it. What is the opposite, what's the adjacent, and what is the hypotenuse in this right angle triangle? Can we draw it out? Let's see the way it looks like. Okay, we have this to be 50 degrees. Now, this is 6 centimeter, this is R, and this is P. Okay, and this is X. All right, now the first thing is to identify the opposite, the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. All right, so let's see. What side is this? What side is 6? Now, can you drop your answer in the comment section? What side is X and what side is 6 centimeter? Okay, so now let's drop that because we must know what each size represent, what the size is before we're able to apply trigonometrical ratio. Yes, is anybody giving me the answer here? Okay, what side is S and what side is 6 centimeter? Yes, anyone? What side is X what side is 6 centimeter? Okay, because of our time, we have to move very fast. Now, let me quickly show you. Now, the side that is touching the right angle and the reference angle is what we call the adjacent. So, this side now is called the adjacent. And this is the hypotenuse. The side that is facing the right angle directly is what we call the hypotenuse. And this side is the opposite. So now, I will recall my SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Right? So now I'm considering adjacent and opposites. Adjacent and opposite. So that means I'm making use of my TOA. So that is tan function. So I have tan of the reference angle. So the reference angle is 50. So tan 50 degrees equals to opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 6 centimeter. Okay, so here you can cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you have x equals to 6 tan 50 degrees. Okay, can you see that? All right, I've said this before. Now, if you are just joining the class, I ask you to get your four-figure table ready because you are going to look for all these functions for me. Now, this is tan 50. So I need you to check your four-figure table. What is the value of tan 50? You know, it's not a special angle, so you can check that in your four-figure table. Or better still, you can make use of your calculator to get what tan 50 is. So, okay, is anybody telling me what we have? Check your four-figure table and tell me what is tan 50. Yes? Anyone? Tan 50? Tan 50. Yes? Now, it's either you check your four-figure table or you check your calculator. So, what is tan 50? Yes? Is anybody giving me the answer? Okay, I think I can see Pamilerin, I can see Banjo. You should be able to do that for me. And who else is on the platform? I can also see Opeyemi. I can also see Omolara. Right? Check your four-figure table and let me know what you have for tan 50. Tan 50. So what do you have? It's tan 50. All right, because of our time, so I'm going to do that for us. Tan 50, that is 1.195 and 192. Okay, so that is what we have. So if you punch your calculator, you are going to see that, or you check your four-figure table. So that is what we have there. 1.192. So this is what we have. So you can check this in your four-figure table. All right, so you can now multiply 6 by 1.192. So what do we have? What's going to be the value of x? Okay, so 6 times 2, that is 12. You can write 2, you have 1. And 6 times 9, that is what? That is 54. Plus 1, that is 55. So you write 5. Okay, so 6 times 1, that is 6, plus 5, that is 11. So we have 1. And 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1, that is 7. Okay, all right, so look at it now. So x is the PR, and that's what the question wants us to get, PR. So we now say PR equals to, now your answer should be expressed in what? 3 significant figures. So you count 3 digits from the front. First significant digit here is 7. So you count 1, 2, 3. So this is what you are writing out. Now since the last one is not up to 5, you just discard it. So you have 7.15 centimeters. So this is going to be the answer to the first part of the question. So PR is 7.15 centimeter to 3 significant figure. Okay. Now let us now look at the second part. You have to find length RS. Length RS. This is length RS. Now you can see this length RS is a side in triangle RSP. RSP. Okay, so let's see, how do we get that? If you are just joining the class, don't forget to give the class a thumb. And also, if you are new on the platform, ensure you subscribe to this channel for updates. All right, now, so look at this. In triangle PRS. In triangle PRS. Okay, so let's see, it's like this. Triangle PRS. This is S. This is your P, 28 degrees. This is R. Okay, so we want to get this place. This is Y. So now let's consider this triangle. Now our objective is to get length RS. Okay, and now we just calculated S. S is what? Which is your PR is 7.15152 centimeter. Okay, so that's what we have. You don't need to use the approximated value. Okay, so you can use the 4SM. Okay, so now, so you consider this and this because you're actually looking for this side. So this is an unknown side and this is a known side. Now this unknown side is what? This is opposite. And this one is the hypotenuse. So you are considering opposite and hypotenuse. So what function is that? That is so. So we are making use of sine opposite over hypotenuse. So here you write sine 28 degrees equals to opposite. Opposite is y here, which is the same thing as RS over the hypotenuse. So we have 7.152. Okay, so here you can cross multiply. So you have y equals to 7.152 times sine 28 degrees. Okay, so that means y equals to 7.152 times, now can we get this? What is sine 28? So I want you to check your 4-figure table, right? Or you make use of your calculator. What is the value of sine 28 degrees? Now drop your answer in the comment section. Let's see what you have there. Sine 28 degrees. Sine 28 degrees. Yes. Sine 28 degrees. So what is that? All right. Is there anybody dropping the answer? It's either you are making use of your calculator or your 4-figure table. What is sine 28 degrees? Sine 28 degrees. Anyone? Okay. Anyone? All right. Okay. So Okay, I can see someone dropping is 0.27. Are you sure that is what you have there? Sine 28 degrees. You can make use of your calculator. And check what is sine 28 degrees. Okay, I can see someone. All right, Hedy, I can see is 0.469. 0.469. Okay, so is anybody giving something different from that? Is 0.27090. Okay, any other one? Okay, all right, so now let's see what I have here. Now I'm making use of my calculator here. So sine 28. Now by the time I want to write the answer, I'm going to write it in 4SF because you're expected to make use of your fourth figure table. So your fourth figure table is in 4SF. So now I'm writing my answer in 4SF. So is 0.4695. Okay, so that is what I have. So you can cross-check that because what I'm seeing seems is different from what I have there. You just press your calculator. Okay, I think Ms. Hedy got that. Okay, so I can see 0.469, but you can express it in 4SF. All right, so that you'll be on the safer side. All right, so now the next thing is to use this to multiply this. Okay, so you multiply 7.152 times 0.4695. So if you do that, what do you have? 7.152 times 0.4695. Okay, so if you multiply that, you'll be having 3.3578. Okay, or let's say 86, and that is going to be in centimeter. All right, so I have all this because I've been told to express my answer in 3SF. Okay, so now the answer now is going to be RS, length RS is going to be 3SF. So you just count 3 digits, 3 significant figures. So you start from the front, 1, 2, 3. So this is what you are writing out. 1, 2, 3. You are going to discard the remaining one. Okay, but then before you discard, you have to look at the next number, the last one. You check if it's up to 5. If it is up to 5, before you discard, you turn into 1, you add it to the next digit. Okay, so the answer now is going to be 3.36 centimeter. Okay, so this is going to be in 3 significant figure. All right, so that is the answer to the problem. I want to believe you understand the explanation here. All right, so if you are just joining the class, don't forget, always remember to give the class a thumb, and if you're a new viewer here, you can always subscribe to this channel so that whenever I'm on, you'll be duly notified. Okay, so now let's look at another interesting question here. Calculates to the nearest to the nearest to the nearest tenths to the nearest tenths, the size of alpha. Okay, we have a right angle triangle where this side is 8 centimeter, this side is 6 centimeter, and here is 10 centimeter. Okay, so this side is alpha. Okay, so now let's look at this problem. All right, I've once solved something similar to this in one of my videos. Okay, so I expect everybody now to get this. Okay, so now how do we solve this problem? Now the question asks you to calculate to the nearest tenth the size of alpha. All right, so this is a right angle triangle. So the first thing you need to do when you have a right angle triangle, you must be able to identify the opposite, the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. Very, very important. That will help you to be able to use your trigonometrical ratio correctly. All right, so now let's see which one is the adjacent, which one is opposite, which one is the hypotenuse. So I need you to tell me, you drop it in the comment section before I solve this problem for you. Can you tell me the side that is opposite, the side that is adjacent, and the side that is hypotenuse? All right, so what is opposite, what is adjacent, and what is hypotenuse in the figure we have there? Yes. Okay, this is interesting. I think I can see Miss Eddie. All right, you're welcome. So it's my pleasure meeting you. Okay, so that's good. That's good. You're welcome to the class. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, A is 6 centimeter. Okay, and H is 10 centimeter. All right. Which one is the last one? Okay, O is opposite. O is 8 centimeter. Okay, can we wait for others? Let's wait for others. O is 6 centimeter. Opposite is 6 centimeter. Yes, I'm expecting more answer. All right, anyone? Any other answer here? Okay. All right, I'm going to explain because I expect everybody to drop answer immediately. I've explained how to identify your opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So I want us to give it to Miss Eddie because he's an elderly person here. All right, so and I can see her answer. I think that is correct. So let me quickly show you. When you have a right angle triangle here, okay, and you have a reference angle, let's say it's here now, to identify the adjacent. Adjacent is the side that touches the right angle and the reference angle. See, this side that touches the reference angle and the right angle, this is what we call the adjacent. Okay, so hypotenuse is the side that faces the right angle directly. This side that faces the right angle, this right angle, angle 90. Okay, so this is the hypotenuse and this is the opposite. All right, so in this case now, this side that touches the reference angle and the right angle is the what? The opposite. The adjacent, sorry, is the adjacent. Now, this is the hypotenuse because this is the side that is facing the right angle. All right. So this is going to be the hypotenuse, and this is going to be the what? The opposite. So I want to believe everybody understand that. So the next time I ask you this type of question, I expect everybody to drop this one answer. All right, so that's good. Okay, so now I want to get this angle. So I just need two sides. I need two sides. Now in this case, now let's consider, let's say opposite and adjacent. So if you are considering opposite and adjacent, that means we are using this trig function. That's toi. Okay, toi. Don't forget so toi, so toi, so toi. Sorry. So Katwa, so we have tan, opposite, and adjacent. Okay, you can consider adjacent and hypotenuse. All right, we are still going to get the same answer. So now I'm considering opposite and adjacent. Now let's look at it now. So I write tan opposite is what? Is 8 over adjacent. What is adjacent? That is 6. So tan alpha, tan alpha equals to 8 over 6. All right, so we have that as tan alpha equals to, now 2 goes here is 4, 2 goes here is what? Is 3. So you can simplify this. How many 3 are you going to see in 4? That is 1. It remains 1. So you put 0 at the back of the remainder. So you have 10. 3 goes in 10. That is 3, remainder 1. So you put 0 at the back of the remainder. So you'll be having a multiple of 3. So that now the next thing is we are looking for alpha. So you take arctan of both sides. Right? So if you do that, you have alpha to be equal to arctan of 1.333. Okay, I want to believe everybody understand this. Now this is what you are looking for. So I'm looking for alpha. So it's just like you are taking away the tan. So once it comes here, it's going to become arctan. Right? So this is what we have. Now all you just need to do now, you go to your 4-figure table and check where are you going to see 1.333. 1.33. So check your 4-figure table, okay, tan of angles. Where are you going to see 1.333? Or better still, you make use of your calculator. So how do you use your calculator? If I want to get this, I'm going to press shift on my calculator. I'll press shift tan. So you press your tan and you press, you enter this number 1.333. Okay, so you have your answer. All right, so I want you to do that and drop your answer in the comment section because I want this class to be interactive. I want everybody to be engaged. So what do you have when you compute that in your calculator or you check your 4-figure table? Yes, anyone? All right, okay. Yes, is anyone giving me the answer? Okay, I can see. Maybe Miss Eddie should hold on. Let others drop their answer. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay. All right. Let's wait for others. Yes, what do you have? What is your alpha? What is alpha? What is alpha? Ensure you check very well. What is alpha? What is alpha? Yes, I can see Omolara's results. Okay, 0.02323. Yes, others. What is alpha? Any other person? Okay, good. I'm going to tell us what we have as alpha. I think every one of you need to clap for me because it seems I'm the only person they have the correct answer this time around. Okay, so now the answer is 53.12 degrees. 53.12 degrees. So that's what we have as the answer. All right, so I want every one of you to go back and check. If you are making use of your calculator, it's very easy. So all you just need to do is press shift on your calculator, shift first. You press shift and press turn. Okay, don't just go ahead and press only turn. If you press turn and you press 1.333, so you'll be having a wrong answer. Okay, so you press shift, okay, then press turn, all right, and see what do you have as your answer. So you should have this. Okay, so those of you that have 0.023, so you didn't press the shift. All right, I hope you understand what I just said now. Okay, 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 all right. So, so this is what we have. All right, so that's the actual. Let's see, 1.333. Okay, so that is the answer to that problem. All right, can we move down to another question that looks like it? So immediately after this, I'm going to give you yours to try. But then we are not done with this. If you look at the question asks you to convert the answer to the nearest tenth. To the nearest tenth. Okay, so nearest tenth means you convert to the nearest 1 dp. 1 dp, that's the meaning of nearest tenth. So we express this one, the answer, the final answer will be 53.1 degrees. So this is what we have as the answer. All right, so to the nearest tenth. Now let's look at the next question I have here. Okay, example. Calculate correct to 2SF the values of x and y in the figure. Ten centimeter, and this is y. Okay. Okay, this is 78 degrees. All right. Okay. Now, can we try this? And let's see what we have as an answer. All right. So I'm supposed to do it, but I just want you to try it. Let me give you like 2 minutes, and let's see what you can come up with. Now, calculate correct to 2SF the values of x and y in the figure. Right here, you have to get your x and get your y. Just follow the example we did the other time. So let's see, what do you have as your x and what do you have as your y? So once I wait for like 2 minutes, I'm going to do the correction to the problem. Yes. I'll just give you 2 minutes to just look at the problem and let's see if you can do something. And don't forget, if you are just joining the platform, ensure you click on the subscription button, and also don't forget to also like the page. All right. So let's do that. We have less than 2 minutes to go. After which I'm going to give you the solution. Okay, I think Folashade is just joining. Okay, don't worry. Since you are just joining, you have to wait and see. By the time we start doing the correction to the work on the board, so you will get it better. Just wait patiently and see how we're going to do it. Okay, no problem. Folashade, I can see your message. Yes, just keep watching. Keep watching and let you see how we are going to solve the problem. So after this example, you should be able to get what we've done. Just wait patiently and see what we are going to do. Okay, so I'm waiting for those of us solving. So we have less than a minute to go, less than a minute. By now, we should have gotten the value of x. By now, we should have gotten the value of x. So I'm waiting for the result of Miss Eddie's. Okay, I hope. Right. Also, Omolara, Familiar and others. Yes. By now, we should have finished. Should have gotten the value of x. Okay, because of our time, we need to move faster. So we have exhausted the time. So now we are going to do it together. Let's see the way you expected to do it. Those of you that are just joining, watch and see how you are expected to solve this type of problem. Now, the question says calculate to two significant figures the values of x and y in the figure. Now, look at this figure. It's a right angle triangle. The first thing you must do is to identify your opposite, your adjacent, and the hypotenuse. Now, before I solve this problem, now I need you to tell me what is the opposite, what is the adjacent, and what is the hypotenuse. Okay, let's say opposite is O, adjacent is A, and hypotenuse is H. Okay, can you drop your answer in the comment section, because that is the first step. That's the first thing you need to know. I think Folashade should be able to do that. I suspect you are in the last class, so you should be able to identify your opposite, adjacent, and the hypotenuse. So can you drop that in the comment section? Let me see. Opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Yes. Okay, I can see Omolara. Opposite is 10 centimeter. Yes. What of other side? Other side. Okay. Okay, I can see Folashade now coming up. Yes, Folashade, what of other side? Other side. Okay, because of our time, we need to move faster. Let's see, how do we solve this problem? All right, how do we go about this? Now, let's look at it. You must identify your opposite, your adjacent, and hypotenuse. Now, I told you the hypotenuse is the side that is facing the right angle. Here's the right angle, this is the right angle. That's angle 90. The side that is facing right angle is this, and that is y. Okay, so that means that your hypotenuse is y. Now, adjacent is the side that is touching right angle and the reference angle. All right, so this side is what we call the adjacent, and that is x. So adjacent is x, and the last one is opposite. All right, so you can see that. Okay, so now the first thing is to get the x. X is the adjacent of this triangle. So I'm connecting adjacent and a known side, which is the opposite. So which trig function are we going to use here? So we have your SOHCAHTOA, right? So we have opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. So which one are we considering? We'll be considering this, right? So we have it as tan 78 degrees equals to opposite, okay, opposite, which is 10, opposite over adjacent. What is adjacent? X. X is adjacent. All right. So now here you cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you have x tan 78 degrees equals to 10. So that means x equals to 10 over tan 78. Now here when you divide both sides by tan 78, okay, so x equals to 10 over, so we need to check tan 78. So is anybody doing that? Punch your calculator and tell me what is tan 78. Or you check your four-figure table, okay? Tan of angles, tangent of angles. What do we have as tan 48? Yes, tan 48. Drop your answer in the comment section. What is tan 48? Yes, tan 78, 78, tan 78. Okay, yes, Omolara have dropped an answer. That's 4.704630. Okay, another person? Yes, tan 78 degrees. All right, I think we can move on. Let's move on because of our time. Okay, so now that is what we are going to have. You have 4.7046. That is tan 78. Okay, so now you can now divide. So we have 10 divided by 4.7046. Okay, so you have 22.1 255, okay, in centimeter. But the question asks you to correct your answer to two significant figures. So x is two significant figures. Just count two digits from the front here that is significant. So you start 1, 2. Two significant figures. So you have 2.1 centimeter. So these two significant figures. And this is the answer to the first part of the question. So I want to believe everyone understands the explanation to that. Now, before we move down to the next one, okay, I can see Folashade's result. So you have 2.132 okay, but now you have 2 DP. All right, okay, that's good. That's good. All right, now let's move on. Let's do the second part of the question. The second part of the question. Now you have to find y. Now look at it. Y is at what part? That's the hypotenuse side. Okay, so we have hypotenuse. So you can connect this and this, or you connect this and this. But I will always advise that you always connect your known side with the given side in the question, not the one you just got, because the one you got, there may be a mistake there. So once there's a mistake, if your answer is wrong, by the time you now start using it to do the next one, so of course now you are going to have a wrong answer since this is wrong. So it's always advisable that you connect the one that is given in the question with the unknown. So now I'll be considering opposite and hypotenuse here now. So, and that's going to be what? Sine. Sine. So opposite and hypotenuse. Okay, now let's do that. So sine 78 equals to opposite. Opposite is 10. Opposite over hypotenuse. What's the hypotenuse? That's what you are looking for. That is y. Okay. So here you cross multiply. So let's cross multiply. You have y sine 75 equals to what? Equals to 10. So we have y equals to 10 divided by sine 78. So y equals to 10 over, so what is going to be sine? What's the value of sine 78? Yes, I think we should be able to drop that fast now. Sine 78, check your four-figure table or your calculator. Sine 78. What is sine 78? Sine 78. What do you have at sine 78? Yes? Anyone? You can check your four-figure table or you make use of your calculator if you have one. All right, I can see Omolara. Okay. 0.9781476. Okay. Let's wait for others if we have a contrary answer to that. Any other person? Any other person? Sine 78. Sine 78. Okay, Folashade, I can see 0.9781. Good. Victor Adana. Okay, so I see 0.9782. Okay. Yes. Do we have another person? It seems your answer looks so much alike. All right. So now I'm going to write that here. So sine 78. So that's going to be 0.9781. So I will express, since I'm making use of my calculator, I'm going to express my answer in 4SF. All right. I will express it in 4SF because those people that will be making use of the four figure table, this is what they're going to have there. So it's going to be in 4SF. So now, can we now see when we divide this by this, what do you have? 10 divided by is 0.9781. Okay, so what do you have? So you have 10.223 or 224 centimeter. Okay, so this is what we have. But the question wants us to correct to 2SF. All right, so I need someone to tell me what is going to be the 2SF of this value. What is 2SF of 10.224? Yes, drop your answer quickly in the comment section. 2SF of 10.224. Yes. Anyone? Yes. What is going to be the final answer? You have to express that in 2SF. Oh, okay. Yes, let's wait for others. Are you sure that is the correct answer? All right, now let's see. Let's see. 2SF. Correct that value of y to 2SF. Two significant figure. Two significant figure. Any other person? Okay. Two significant figure. Okay, that is Folashade's result. Now, Folashade, correct your answer to two significant figures. So what do you have? Okay, I'm waiting for Victor. Victor, and I think I can see Huba as well. Okay, what is that number? What is that number? Okay. Um, yes. Okay, I can see Folashade's result now. You have 10.2. Yes. Another person? 2SF. Correct 10.224 to 2SF. Correct 10.224 to 2SF. Yes. Another person? Okay. Yes, because of our time, let's do it together. So I just want to be sure that I have a good number of people that can do that. So it's a very simple one. Now look at it. 2SF. Now, the first significant digit in this number is 1. So I'll start counting from this 1. So I'll just count 2 digits. You count 1, 2. So this is what I'm writing. But I have to look at the next digit to it. If it is up to 5. If it's up to 5, I will add 1 to this. And I will discard what we have after. But this is not up to 5, so I have to throw them away. So the answer now is 10 centimeter. Two significant figures. So that is the answer to the problem. All right, I want to believe you are learning one or two things. All right, so if the class is interesting to you, don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe if you're a new viewer here. All right, let's move down to another wonderful question. Another question here. A ladder is 6. A ladder of length 6 centimeter rests with its foot on a horizontal ground and and leans against a vertical wall. The inclination of the ladder to the horizontal is 80 degrees. Find correct to 1 dp the distance of the foot of the ladder from the wall. Okay, let's look at this problem on the board. So this is a word problem. Now we are reading the question together, and let's see how we can solve the problem. Now, a ladder of length 6 centimeters rests its foot on a horizontal ground and leans against a vertical wall. Okay. Now, the inclination of the ladder to the horizontal is 80 degrees. Now, find correct to 1 dp the distance of the foot of the ladder from the wall. All right, so we know there is an horizontal ground. This is an horizontal ground. And in the question, we are told that there is a wall. This is a wall. A wall is always perpendicular to the ground. Okay? A wall is always perpendicular to the ground. Now, we have a ladder, which is 6 centimeters in length. Now, rests its foot on a horizontal ground and leans against a vertical wall. So that means we have it this way. This is the ladder. Okay. All right. So this is the horizontal ground and this is the wall. Okay. So now the inclination of the ladder to the horizontal is 80 degrees. This is the horizontal. The inclination to the horizontal is 80 degrees. That means this place is going to be 80 degrees. Hope you understand that. The inclination of the ladder to this horizontal is what? 80 degrees. Now the question is, calculate, you have to find correct to 1 dp the distance of the foot of the ladder. This is the foot of the ladder. Let's represent it with F. From the wall. From the wall. This is the wall. Okay. The foot of the ladder from the wall. So we just want to get this. Let's call this one A and this one B. Now the length of the ladder has been given to be what? To be 6 centimeters. You have that on the board. So we want to get length FA. So how do you go about this? Now you quickly identify your opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Now here, the adjacent, this is the adjacent because this is the side that is touching the right angle and the what? And the reference angle. Hope you understand that. So this is the adjacent. Now this is the hypotenuse, the side that is facing the right angle. And this is the opposite. So I want to get this length FA. Okay, length FA. So that means I'm looking at adjacent and hypotenuse. So let's look at our trig function. All right, so what do we have? What we want? So we are going to be making use of cos A. All right, so we have cos 80 equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent here is FA, okay? And the hypotenuse is 6. That has been given. So you can cross multiply. So you have FA equals to 6 times cos 80 degrees. Right? So now, what will that one give you? We have 6 times. What is 80 degree cos 80 degrees? Yes, can you check that for me and drop the answer in the comment section? Every one of you must be participating. Yes, every one of you must be participating. What is cos 80 degrees? Cos 80 degrees. Anyone? Cos 80 degrees. Cos 80 degrees. You can check your four-figure table. Cos of angle. Cosine of angle. Yes, okay, someone have dropped an answer. Let's wait for others. Cos 80 degrees. Cos 80 degrees. Cos 80 degrees. All right, what is cos 80 degrees? I only have one person giving me the answer. Okay, Victor is here. Cos 80 degrees. Yes. Any other person? Now you can make use of your four-figure table. I will advise you use your four-figure table. Okay. Check cos 80 degrees. Okay, now let's work with this because I can see the correct answer here. All right. So cos 80 degrees is 0.1736. So that is what we have as cos 80 degrees. So if you check your four-figure table, this is what you have. So if you use your calculator and you correct to 4SF, this is what you're going to have. All right, so now let's multiply that by 6. So you'll be having 1.04042. Okay, so now that's going to be in centimeter. So, but the question wants you to correct your answer to what? To 1 dp. So if it is 1 dp, now it's going to be 1.0 centimeter. So that is going to be the correct answer. Yes, I hope you understand that. So to 1 dp. Okay, so before I end the class, so I want to give you one to try based on this information given on the board. So you are going to do this for me. Okay, so let me write that on the board here. So now try this one. Find the height above the ground at which the upper end of the ladder touches the wall. Okay, I want to believe you understand this question. Making use of this diagram, the question asks you to find the height above the ground at which the upper end of the ladder touches the wall. All right, let me just give you an hint to that question. The question wants you to get the height AB. So the question wants you to get height AB. So now what you are looking for is length AB. Okay. So now what is length AB? Okay, can you do that in 2 minutes? And after that, we solve the problem together. All right. So try that and let's see what you have. So once you get your answer, you drop that in the comment section. Length AB, what is length AB? So that is what we are doing in this diagram. Okay, I've gotten an answer. I can see 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Okay, can we wait for others? So you have less than a minute, like a minute more. Okay. Yes, any other person? Any other person? You have like 10 seconds more. Length AB. Length AB. All right, now because of our time, let's solve the problem together. It's just only one person that dropped an answer. And let's see how do we solve this problem. Now the question wants us to find the height above the ground. The height above the ground at which the ladder upper end of the ladder touches the wall. That is this. This is the upper part of the ladder. So we want to get the height. So this is what we want to get. Now, so you look at the side. This side is opposite. And that's what we're actually looking for. Opposite. Now, this hypotenuse has been given. So I'm going to consider this and this. I told you in the last example that we did that don't consider the values that you have, that you derived yourself, because it's likely you make a mistake, so you cannot be working with a wrong value. So to be on the safer side, it's always good you work with what is given in the question. All right, so I'm considering opposite and hypotenuse. Of course, now you can still consider opposite and adjacent. You will still get the correct answer, but it's always safer you connect this and this together. So now opposite and hypotenuse, that is so. So now I'm using sine 80 degrees equals to opposite. That's what I'm looking for. That's AB over hypotenuse, and that is 6. So I can cross multiply. So I have AB equals to 6 sine 80 degrees. So now can you tell me what is sine 80 degrees? Yes. What is sine 80 degrees? Now punch your calculator or your four-figure table. What is sine 80 degrees? Yes. Is anyone giving me the correct answer? Sine 80 degrees. Sine 80 degrees. Anyone? Sine 80 degrees. you can check your four-figure table or you make use of your calculator. Okay, I can see someone with an answer. Okay, is 0.98. Yes, is there anyone else? Sine 80 degrees. Another person? Sine 80 degrees. Okay, Victor, I can see 0.9848. 9848. All right. Okay, so because of our time, let's work with this that we have here. So if you punch your calculator, you just press sine 80 degrees. I told you earlier, you correct your answer to 4SF because you are to make use of your four-figure table. Your four-figure table is always in 4SF. So once you are making your calculator, you are using your calculator, you write your answer in 4SF just to be, on the same side with those that are using the four-figure table. All right, so now you have 0.9848. Okay, so now don't correct your answer to 2dp. Like I can see someone with 2dp. You see, once you approximate very early, that is premature approximation. So you'll be getting far away from the actual answer. So it's not always advisable now to approximate at the early stage. So you can approximate your final answer. All right. So, but 4SF is still okay, it's still reasonable. All right. So now let's do this. So when you multiply 6 by this, so what do you have times 6? All right. So you have 5.909 centimeter. Okay. So that's what you have. Okay, so now you have to correct your answer to 1dp. 1dp. I think that's what we have there. So if you are correcting this one to 1dp, so that means the final answer now is going AB will be what? AB will be 5.9 centimeter. So just 1dp. So immediately after the point, just count the digits. So write everything here. So you discard what you have at the back. Okay, so that is it. Since this one is not up to 5, so you throw them away. So this is going to be the answer to the problem. All right, so we are going to be hanging up here today. So I want to believe you guys enjoy today's class, and I think it's impactful. So I want you to continue solving problems. All right. So if you have a good textbook at home, so based on what we've done, so you can just lay your hands on one or two questions to make you, to be better. All right. So we are going to be ending the class today. So tomorrow is going to be another time on this platform. So if you are just joining this platform, ensure you subscribe to this page so that anytime we're on here, you'll be duly notified. Okay. So and don't forget, if you don't give a thumb to this class, that is your own contribution to this program. So ensure that you give a like to the class if you actually enjoy the class. And don't always forget, share this video anytime we are here. Always share this video with your friends. Let them know, your classmates, let them to also be part of the class. So I really enjoyed you today, and your participation was just so awesome. Okay, so tomorrow is another day. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Bye bye.